Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a more sensitive topic, which is fertility, how to boost it, and what I did specifically to get pregnant and what actually worked after about a year of trying. I know for anyone out there that is trying and not succeeding right now, how frustrating and awful. I went through it, so I'm right there with you. That's why this video was so important for me to do for you guys, because I wanted to share all my tips of what I did ultimately through trial and error, because I had such a long time of trying. I would learn certain things that I'm going to tell you, and not just what I did, but what I had my husband Darren do as well. I am currently pregnant and expecting our baby girl, and really excited and grateful. The first thing that I recommend is reading this book, It Starts with the Egg. The reason I encourage you to read this book is because there are so many helpful things in there. I used to think that, based on your age, they treat you that like once you hit your 30s, you're geriatric in the fertility world. It's completely untrue. Every body is different, every journey is different, and it really isn't about your age. It's truly about your body and your lifestyle and the age of your eggs based on how you've lived your life. The good news is, you cannot change your egg count, but you can change your egg quality, which means that if you're not producing maybe the best eggs, you can do things in your lifestyle that can actually improve your egg quality. And It Starts with an Egg talks about this. And one of the main things that I really encourage you to do is get rid of all BPAs. The toxins and BPAs, any kind of plastic you should avoid while you are trying to get pregnant, while you are pregnant, of course, and just for anybody ever, because BPAs are just horrible. And then there's things in your diet that you can do to up your fertility, to increase your egg quality. Alcohol, you want to reduce alcohol. The truth is, at the end of the day, the 1 month that we did get pregnant, I did drink during ovulation, because I think it was the part where I just finally let go. And I had done all this work and I had really prepped my body, and then I just got so frustrated that the 1 month that we did get pregnant is when I finally actually gave up trying. And I finally looked at my husband in tears and I was like, I can't do this anymore. We made a plan. I said, we have to stop trying. And I said, if by a certain amount of time, like 6 months down the road, it doesn't happen, we'll seek outside help and go to the next step, which would have been IUI and Clomid and whatever. But I gave up and I got drunk and I got pregnant that month. But for the year before, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't doing anything, and I wasn't putting any toxins in my body. So It Starts with an Egg is a great place to start because it will give you all of that information and it'll be really helpful. The second thing is get yourself a great app, but don't rely on the apps. I actually have friends who have gotten pregnant on apps that told them they couldn't get pregnant during that time. Apps are not reliable because your body is different. You can ovulate at different times every month. The app isn't tracking that. But what it does do is give you an algorithm to give you an idea of your chances that month. I ultimately was using a bunch of different ones. The one that I used the month that we got pregnant was Ovia. It was really positive. So download that, that was great, but don't rely on it. It'll just kind of give you a ballpark window. The other thing I did to track ovulation was use these clear blue ovulation tests. The reason I love the 4-day one is because it really gives you a bigger window. Every body's different and the way you release hormones is different, and this kind of gives you like 4 days instead of 2 days, and it kind of preps you. However, I don't find these 100% accurate either, because I used them for a long time and they didn't work, and the 1 month that I didn't use them, I got pregnant. And I think it's just because you can miss your window really easily. If sperm can live inside of you, I'm gonna get really detailed here, for up to 5 days, which is how some people get pregnant when they don't want to, because they don't realize that. Even after your egg drops, you have 24 hours to be able to hit it. So timing is so important. And there's just so many elements to it that can make you crazy about timing it and making sure that there's enough sperm there, but making sure that you're not having too much sex so that the sperm is as potent. But what this does, and I feel like what it did for me, was it helped me learn the feelings in my body of when I'm ovulating. And so I was able to then go, okay, I know what this feels like every month. It says it around the same time. If you really pay attention to your body, you can really feel when you're ovulating, and then just choose to kind of keep doing it a couple days after, whatever, just to make sure you hit the window. The best way to do it is just have sex all month long. Don't even think about ovulation. Just have fun, enjoy your husband or whoever it is that you're trying to get pregnant with, and do not stress, because stress is the number one thing that will prevent you from getting pregnant. Because the month that we did get pregnant, I will share, it was over Christmas. I left to shoot iZombie in Vancouver. We stayed for extra time, we relaxed, we drank, we had fun, and then it was Christmas break and we just chilled, and I wasn't thinking about getting pregnant. I was just thinking about enjoying Christmas with my husband and my family, and it was just so chill. I wasn't working, there was no stress, and I believe that stress is the ultimate thing. So that's number one, you wanna just like try and meditate, exercise. I'm gonna talk about supplements, and I wanna break down your cycle, which is something that I learned the hard way. There's a lot of information out there on what to do to get pregnant, but what I learned is there are things that you need to do for the first 2 weeks of your cycle that you need to stop doing in the second 2 weeks of your cycle. Because while in the first 2 weeks it's boosting your fertility and your chance to conceive, the second 2 weeks it can actually affect implantation and actually conceiving. So there's certain things you want to stop. So let's talk supplements. The first thing that I want to talk about is this fertility oil blend. I'm so excited to share it with you because it was life-changing for me. It's a blend of 100% pure grade essential oils, non-GMO, organic, made with organic fractionated coconut oil. They are 100% therapeutic, healing essential oils. These are my line of essential oils that you can get on my blog, kellykrugerbrooks.com. They get into your bloodstream and they actually get into your cells, regulate your hormones, relieve stress. There's lavender in here, there's clary sage, there is fennel, and these are all fertility boosting supplements, and where you put them on your body matters, and I didn't realize that. So you want to put them on your ankles, on the back of your ankles, the top of your feet. You can put them on the bottom of your feet. You can even roll it on your stomach. You only want to do this for the first 2 weeks of your cycle, because essential oils are so strong, it can actually have the opposite effect if you use it past. And I was using them all month long, which it's not gonna hurt you, and at the end of the day, if a baby's meant to be here, a baby's gonna be here, but I would use it for the first 2 weeks, and then once you know you've ovulated, stop using it. Number 2 is a great prenatal vitamin. I've been using Garden of Life Prenatal Multi. I take the 3-a-day ones. You wanna start using this like 3 to 6 months before you're ready to even get pregnant. You wanna just get your body healthy. You wanna get rid of all the stuff. If you're currently trying, just make sure you're on a great prenatal vitamin with enough folic acid, folate. I like Garden of Life because it's food grade. And then around ovulation, you wanna really up your vitamin C. So I would take the same Garden of Life vitamin code. Your man should have 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C right around your time of ovulation, just to up everything, and it's great for your immunity. Ubiquinol, which is CoQ10. This is like amazing for egg quality. This supplement both of you guys should take. I would take it for the first 2 weeks and then stop after ovulation. Ubiquinol is a little bit more expensive than the CoQ10, but ubiquinol is what CoQ10 turns into. It's basically like skipping a step. Evening primrose oil, it's high in omegas, just a really, really good fertility booster. Take it for the first 2 weeks, stop after ovulation. The only supplements you should be taking after you know you've ovulated is your prenatal, vitamin C, and like some zinc if you want, or vitamin D. None of the other supplements or herbs or anything that you do should be post-ovulation. The other great thing that you can do, again, for the first 2 weeks is red raspberry leaf tea. I would do this concoction of red raspberry leaf tea, dandelion, rose hips, and milk thistle, and I would drink it every night. And they have just different properties. The red raspberry leaf is great to tone your uterus. These are just fertility boosting antioxidant, releasing all the toxins from your body. They're great teas and you should be drinking them every night. But second 2 weeks, don't, because certain teas and whatever can cause uterine contractions, and that could affect implantation. The next thing I want to say is after you know that you've ovulated for 5 days, you can eat pineapple core, but no more than 5 days, because pineapple core has bromelain in it. It's anti-inflammatory, but it also is like the super food to get you pregnant. Problem is, if you do it too long, it can actually have the adverse effect and affect implantation and affect your ability to get pregnant. Everybody thinks that as soon as you're trying to conceive and it's not happening, that it's the girl. It's not true. Sometimes it could be your man's sperm. Sometimes it could be so many factors. It could be the combination of the two of you. Darren and I both got tested and we were told we were both completely healthy. I still went crazy and I made him do all of these things. Get him on a multivitamin. Again, I'm a huge fan of Garden of Life. I had him on these men's once daily multivitamin. I had him taking zinc and I had him taking the ubiquinol. That's huge for both men and women. So both of you guys should be taking the ubiquinol and L-arginine. And make sure that they're kind of, you know, cutting back on alcohol, no cell phones in that region. It's together what you guys need to be doing as a couple. One more thing that I wanted to say is, as you're trying to get pregnant, I want you to stay away from anything that they say once you get pregnant to stop. So don't wait till you get pregnant. If you start doing research and reading about how retin A is bad for pregnancy, stop it before you get pregnant. I started to live my life as if I was pregnant before I got pregnant. And once I did that, it helps, because if you really think about it, you don't want to wait till you get pregnant to detox these things from your body if they can hurt a fetus, right? You want to live your life like that. And also the transition is much easier. The last thing I want to talk about is caffeine. This is like a really weird, iffy topic. There are some women that drink coffee throughout their whole pregnancy. I personally have not. It took me a lot longer to get pregnant, so I'm definitely more on the neurotic side. When things are debatable, I go for the no, just because it took me a long time to get here and I didn't want to do anything that could potentially affect things. I really cut down on coffee a lot while I was trying to get pregnant. It was hard because I am a coffee person. My mom's European. I have been drinking coffee since I'm 11 years old. I would get withdrawal headaches and I was not a nice person. But if you can really cut down to like a cup a day, a half a cup a day, by the time I got pregnant, I was literally having a half of a shot of espresso. And then when I got pregnant, I just did not want it anymore. So it worked out for me. Now I'm craving it like crazy, but I still won't drink it. So cut back on your caffeine and anything processed foods. Just eat clean, feel good, meditate, have fun. Don't make baby making a chore. I'm so happy it happened when it did for us, because I actually regret all the months of stress and trying to control what I'm doing and what he's doing and timing. And if I would have gotten pregnant during that time, I'd look back and I would have regretted it, because it wasn't a beautiful time. When it happened, it was a beautiful time that my husband and I were happy and carefree and just enjoying each other. And now I have that memory instead of crazy Kelly memories. I watched millions of YouTube videos with people and I'd be sobbing watching them talk about their journeys, and people saying like how I got pregnant after 1 month of trying, and I'd be like, why don't you go yourself? Excuse my language. What I didn't realize is that it's normal for it to take 6 months to a year to get pregnant. So when you hear about people who get pregnant instantly, that's great and it can happen that way, and that's meant to be for them and that's their journey. But if it's not happening for you right away, as long as you go to the doctor, check all your stuff, make sure you're healthy, and make sure you're doing everything in your power, taking care of your body, let go and don't compare your journey to other people's journeys. So in conclusion, all of this stuff that I told you might have worked and helped us get pregnant in the end, ultimately. But it may have had nothing to do with any of it. It may have just been me letting go, trusting the process, and believing that it's gonna happen at some point and I have to stop trying to control it. Do I think that all this stuff, doing it over the course of 6 months to a year, helped my body prepare and got me healthy? Yeah, there was no downside to it. Can I say which thing here was like the #1 thing that did it, or a combination? I cannot. It's gonna happen no matter what if you want to be a parent. There are so many avenues that you could take. There's help you can get. Science is incredible today. You can make things happen in so many different ways, whether it's a surrogate, whether you adopt. You will be a parent if you want to be a parent. Whether you choose not to ever become a parent and be a dog mom. That love that you have in your heart to nurture and raise someone or something will happen for you if you want it to, no matter what. So good luck, and I know that whatever it is that you want, you will get 100%. So stay positive. I love you guys, and that's it.